Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good weekend, and welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. We're pretty much carrying on from exactly where we left off in the first episode. Bearing in mind that this is of course an alpha test, so anything can and probably will go wrong. And we have just arrived at the station of Footfall, where we announced ourselves as the new heir to our Rogue Trader house, and were immediately ambushed by an extremely uncouth gang of thugs known as the Anva Gang. Somehow, despite not reading the alpha guide before playing the game, I managed to survive the attack while gaining a basic idea of exactly how combat works in this game. You'll be delighted to hear that I still haven't actually gotten around to reading the alpha guide, so it's alright, it'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen? So, yes, Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, developed by Owlcat Games, famous for the Pathfinder series of role-playing games. And the Pathfinder games were great. They were kind of buggy. They didn't always work the way they were supposed to. But you could kind of forgive them for that, because the thing about Owlcat Games is they always tend to aim high. You know, they try really, really hard. And sometimes their reach exceeds their grasp. But the end product is always glorious, even if it doesn't work exactly the way it's meant to. So I'm curious to see exactly how far they're going to try to reach with Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. And yes, that is a Space Wolf on the loading screen there next to Sister Argenta. And no, I haven't seen him in the game yet, but Space Wolves make me happy in my pants. So I'm looking forward to that. I do love me some Space Wolves. My first Space Marine army were the Space Wolves. Very, very badly painted Space Marine army, but they were the Space Wolves. And the Space Wolves are an interesting chapter of Space Marines. They're borderline heretical, and they don't take no shit from the Inquisition. What's going on here? I do believe we have one of those role-playing game type random encounters. So there's a mob surrounding a bunch of extremely unfortunate looking individuals, and the mob seem to want to kill them all. Not entirely sure why. Apparently these people are contaminated with something. They just want to burn them rather than risk getting blood on their hands. And the local preacher's shown up. Hieronymus Doloroso. Never heard of him, but I'm sure he's going to be important. Ah, Sister Argenta's heard of him. Reverend Hieronymus. She's surprised that he's decided to intervene in a common street squabble. The mob leader's noticed my presence, wants to know who I am. Yeah, I'm the one with all of the guns. Do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you? Apparently, he doesn't. So, I'm not entirely sure why an Imperial Hieronymus is getting involved in a street squabble here. Generally speaking, members of the Ecclesiarch are not particularly well disposed to common plebs, especially common plebs who are blaming the Imperium for their misfortunes. That sounds like heresy to me. Cassia has an opinion. Cassia is the ship's navigator, by the way. I'm not really sure how I feel about Cassia. She seems like a bit of a sort of hipster goth. Everything just kind of vaguely bores her, as if she's above everything. So, can address the refugee. Let the rabble-rousers get on with it, or try to coerce everybody into returning to their homes and sending the refugees to Dock Alpha Row, where we will deal with them later. I passed my coercion check, so the crowd is going to disperse. This may be a very bad idea, actually, because if these people are contaminated with something and I'm sending them to my ship, that's going to become my problem. Oh well, we'll deal with that later. Now what's going on? Oh, there it is. I am Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso, head of the Drusian mission here on Footfall. Thanks for stepping in. Come and see me when we have the time. Okay, so we've just made a contact. Hopefully an influential one. Can I have control of my party back? There it is. Right. On the way to the Liege's Palace, elsewhere in the delightful Footfall station, I came across this. Heretics and Xenos locked up in cages. Looking at them is free. But if you want to torture them, you have to pay. What can I say? Life is simple but hard. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, you have to take your entertainment where you can find it. There's a Drakari in there, by the way.
It's about time.
Amongst other things. Anyway, entertaining though that may be, on to the Liege's Palace, where it looks like somebody is enjoying an audience ahead of us. My patience. You remember the way out? Dismissed, he says. So this is the Liege. Who's he dismissing? This person here, Jay, who has some kind of issue with the Liege's decision-making process. I'm not entirely sure that she's going the right way about it. Oh, you don't remember the way out. The guards will remind you. Okay. Right. This guard appears to know and like this person. I think that we are meeting somebody who's going to be a member of the party later, because I've definitely seen that character portrait before. I think we're supposed to like this person. I'm not sure I do. Cocky and smarmy is a difficult combination to pull off successfully. Han Solo did it, and Tony Stark did it. I'm not sure she's doing it. Anyway, time to introduce myself to the Liege. I'm not going to cause a fuss about the ambush. We'll mention this later. I appear to have been disarmed before being invited alone into the Liege's dining quarters for a introduction. Right, let's get the small talk out of the way. I am the head of the von Valancius rogue trader family, but it would be best not to cause a fuss here, because I'm the only person at the moment who says I'm the head of the von Valancius family. I'm going to require endorsements, so let's not start by pissing off the Liege. Should probably mention that I was attacked at the docks. Okay. So the Anvers are just a gang of punks. Yeah, they seem to be a very well-armed and provocative gang of punks. They have not yet found the leader. So I succeeded in an awareness check. He's pissed off about something. Probably the lack of control. We should mention his seneschal who got assassinated at the docks. He didn't even know her name. Ah well. On to matters of business. Right, let's cut to the chase here. So what exactly does he need from me? Now, we're right out here at the rim of Imperium space. And communications and travel is difficult, particularly if there are any warp storms that can shut down travel for years at a time. Now, I have a background chosen in the character creation process as an Imperial Navy officer, so I'm getting some insight into exactly what those kind of difficulties impose. And apparently I've now succeeded in a logic check. Turns out that Footfall is running dangerously low on food supplies, and I can't be the only person that you've asked for help, so we're probably going to get some politics here. So, other rogue trader houses. House Corder wanted an outrageous amount of money in order to provide food. And House Winterscale, who apparently is the dominant house here on Footfall Station, wasn't interested in providing food. So, one of the worlds that I control is an agri-world. So I can tell him to get on his knees and beg, or charge a similarly outrageous price. Yeah, let's just agree to the terms. I am here to do business after all, and it wouldn't do to piss off the people that I'm doing business with. So, okay, that's made the Liege happy. What else can I ask about? Yeah, I'm kind of curious about this Anver gang, the ones who attempted to assassinate me when I arrived at the dock. Xenos raids. Xenos, by the way, are aliens. Grown more frequent, traders suffering, fringe worlds are going under. core of Imperium forces in the Expanse have departed for the borders to fight the alien threat. There hasn't been any word for them for a while, but yeah, with the warp storms and so on, that's not unusual. Oh, and apparently there are some Space Marines operating in the sector. I wonder if that's going to be the Space Wolves. So, Footfall itself isn't under any direct threat. Xenos are more a source of income than a threat. Ooh, what's going on here? We're talking about dealing in Xeno artifacts? That is highly illegal. Yeah, he's not admitting anything, but he's not saying no either. Okay. Right, let's get to business then. So, we're about to see the trading screen. Now, all of that loot that I picked up from the ambushes at the docks, all the swords, the axes, the flak armor, the shotguns, the autoguns, all that sort of thing. You're probably used to trading systems in various different RPGs, where you get here, for example, on the left, you have the stuff that's available for sale. We have elite chainswords, all kinds of nice stuff, none of which I can afford at the moment, of course. And then over on the right, all of the stuff that you have available for trade. But, well, I'm a rogue trader. I'm not just some adventurer picking up loot from the battlefield and then flogging it off to the nearest vendor. What we have here is the stuff in my cargo hold where I've packed all of the loot. And you can see various different percentages. We have range weaponry, 65% full, melee weaponry, 90% full, and so on and so on and so on. What this is a cargo shipment where you can pack all of the loot into various different shipments. And then once you have a full shipment, you can sell, and I don't actually have full shipments just yet, but once you do have a full shipment, you can sell everything in bulk to a local dealer, which will earn you money, obviously, but it will also gain you favour and increase your reputation with the faction that you're selling that bulk cargo shipment to. So it's worthwhile to hold on to the stuff that you loot and pack it all into your cargo hold in order to complete a full shipment, because it's much more valuable sold in bulk than it is just sold in dribs and drabs to whichever local market stall vendor happens to be offering you a price for them. Anyway, that's my immediate business concluded, and I now have a new mission to provide food shipments for the Liege of Footfall. And as mentioned, my family does control at least one agricultural world, the planet Jingles, so organising the food shipments shouldn't be too difficult. Shouldn't be too difficult. But it's never that simple, is it? Yeah, there's going to be a complication waiting for us as we exit the Liege's palace. And here is that complication. Bastion Corder. Weren't the Corders the rogue trader family who were charging an outrageous sum of money to provide Footfall with food shipments? I do believe they were. Yes. Some of the most influential rogue traders in the whole Coronis Expanse, but not on Footfall. This station's under the control of House Winterscale, and Winterscale weren't able to provide food shipments. So what does this guy want? A matter of the utmost delicacy. Oh yeah, here we go. Politics. So he's aware that we are famed for the abundance of our agri-world Janus, but they have already made an offer. An extremely unfavourable offer that would bleed Footfall dry in order to provide the food that Footfall needs, and he wants me to refuse to honour my end of the bargain, so that the Liege has no choice but to go with the offer from the Corder trading house. The problem here, of course, is I've already accepted the Liege's terms. So House Corder, who are probably the bad guys anyway, they can kiss my ass. Meanwhile, Adira, the psyker in the group, is getting another premonition of danger. Everybody, draw your weapons. We're about to be attacked. Well, actually, is it us? Or is it Bastion Corder here? It's the Anvers again. Holy shit, these guys are persistent. Oh, so much for that guy. Gods are going to get help. I'm really starting to get the impression that it's seriously bad for your health to be caught talking to me in public on Footfall Station. That's 2 for 2 now. Right, anyway, combat. Yeah, so Cassia, the ship's navigator and astropath. She is armed with a sniper rifle. Who should we go for? 75% chance, 75% chance.
Me?
Yeah, I mean, she's got clear line of sight.
Captain?
The advantage of high ground, it's pretty much a 75% chance to hit any of them, so we'll take one of them out. That, however, appears to have drained all of her movement points. Might have been a better idea to move into cover first and then take a shot, but well, what are you going to do? Good question. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to pay more attention and do it better next time. So... Oh, and I figured out what momentum is. You see the character portrait at the bottom centre of the screen? Over to the right there's a sort of purple-blue bar. That's momentum. And when that blue bar fills up by doing stuff in a fight, it unlocks heroic abilities. Now, she can't do any just yet, but we're going to see it happen at some point. So we're going to end her turn, and unfortunately it's now their turn. Ooh, shooting at the guard. That was a good shot. The guard's moving up to attack the enemies coming in from the left flank. These guys are moving forward. Now it's my turn. Right, so I'm armed with an auto gun, which is a posh Warhammer 40,000 way of saying epoxy shitty little assault rifle. I can fire single shots or bursts. I'll probably want to move into cover first. Oh, by the way, you can... This is something that I hadn't figured out the first time around. Most people are equipped with more than one weapon. So, for example, I have an auto gun. I also have a shotgun. Move myself into cover. We're going to take a pot shot out and kill one of these thugs. Now, I do have certain abilities. Second wind, there we go. Immediately gain an action point. And shoot on the run. I don't particularly want to move her anywhere though. But it does give me another shot. Let's go for a burst. See how many of these we can hit. Oh, there's one, there's two. And hit a third. That's nice. But no, I think I'm pretty much done. I'm good here. So, next up. Now, Abelard here doesn't just have a chainsword. He had a power axe in the last episode, but I looted a chainsword from one of the thugs who tried to ambush us at the docks. He also has a melter gun. What's a melter gun? A melter gun is a short-range but extremely powerful fusion gun. It's usually used for taking out armour. Yeah. It makes a real mess of people as well. Yeah, melter guns are typically used to take out tanks and dreadnoughts. Make a real mess of lightly or even unarmoured gang members. Speaking of which, one of the Amber thugs is getting their turn. And, yep, he's missed, so that's good. Next, Pascal, the Adeptus Mechanicus Tech Priest. So he is armed with a plasma rifle, I think, not a pistol, and various different manipulator claws. I'm going to move him into cover. Now, who can I hit with a plasma gun? There it is. How about this guy? Yeah, he's an armoured enemy. Plasma guns work well against armour. Boom! Did that hit? Oh, it did hit. Surprisingly, it didn't kill him. Okay. Right, one action point left. So what can I actually do here? I can analyse various enemies to give everybody else bonuses. Oh, that's bizarre. No line of sight to the target. I was able to shoot him. But apparently I don't have line of sight for things like study defences. Target the weakness. Yeah. He's almost built up enough momentum to use a special ability. Okay, he can study those guys. I thought they'd be far enough away, but no, apparently that was fine. So, next. Adira, also on with a sniper rifle, various different psychic abilities. So let's see what she can do with a precise shot. Oh, it doesn't seem that precise. 85%. Yeah, we'll go for that. Got him. And she now has unlocked Flash of Insight. So this is a heroic act that you can only get access to once you've built up enough momentum, and it's basically study enemies, except twice as good. So you target somebody with this, and you get all kinds of bonuses to hit them, and they get all kinds of penalties to avoiding your attacks. She's also got target weakness and lightning arc. Oh, this is useful. As a psyker, she can cast like chain lightning, but it will chain to 4 targets, not necessarily 4 enemies. But the heroic version of it will not target friendlies, so that's incredibly useful, or it would be if anybody was actually in range. Let's see what we're gonna do.
Will do.
Yeah, I'll target Abelard with Foreboding, which will give him increased defences since he just melta-gunned his own concealment. So yeah, we'll do that, and we'll end Abelard's, not Abelard, sorry, Adira's turn. Now, Sister Argenta, armed with a bolt gun. Let's move her first.
In battle.
I mean, I didn't really have the option to move her into any kind of cover, but let's give her a good firing arc at these guys.
Faith without deed.
Shots out. Oh yeah. Bolt guns are awesome.
I need
Now then, shot on the run. So this is going to give her another attack. I can also move her. It's only a 45% chance to hit though. And I don't have burst fire available. Oh, hang on, military excellence. She's built up enough momentum to... oh, I do get a controlled burst though. It's still only 30%. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just shoot. Yeah, got him. Cool. Now then, military excellence. She's got so much... I mean, she's basically maxed out her momentum here, which has unlocked military excellence. Restores all action points. Ooh, we're going to have some of that. That is amazing. It's drained the momentum, of course, but hey, totally worth it. So she can't move. It hasn't replenished her movement points, just her action points. We're going to take some shots at this guy. Come on. There we go. Got him. Man, Argenta is just a killing machine. And we've still got... Actually, we've got nothing. We've got nobody actually in line of sight. The dash ability basically turns an action point into a limited movement point.
I'll do it.
So we'll get her in there, in cover, using the dash ability. And I think we're pretty much done. I mean, second wind. See, she's got all of these action points, but she can't actually do anything with it. Although, I can use the second wind ability to reactivate the dash ability. I'm not entirely sure how this dash thing works, though. Because it's not actually letting me move. You know what, I'll figure that out later. For now, I do still have action points, and I can still take shots at and miss the leader of the gang. Well, I don't know if he's the overall leader of the Anva gang, he probably isn't, but he's the leader of this group. And we missed again. Oh well. Oh, hang on a minute. Burst fire. Or controlled burst, increased chance to hit. Let's see how many of them we can get with this. And that would be none of them. Bugger. War Hymn. Restores momentum equal to the Battle Sister's doubled willpower bonus. You know what? Let's just move on. So what are these two up to? Armed with melee weapons, they're not up to an awful lot. These guys, again, armed with melee weapons. This guy appears to have some kind of sniper rifle. He's going for... Oh, he's thrown a stun grenade. And appears to have stunned his own team. It's nice to know it's not just me. Right then, round 2. The guard has returned, hopefully, with some more reinforcements than just him. We're back to Cassia, so I haven't really explored her abilities here. What's this? Bring it down. One target. Voice of command. She does a lot of... She's kind of like the group leader, even though my rogue trader is the group leader. She gets all kind... Ooh, what's this? Lidless stare. Ooh. Oh yeah, we're doing that. Oh, yeah. Oops. I mean, it worked. It hurt everybody, including the ones on my side. Fortunately, I think the only one who was actually on my side and in the area of effect there was the poor god who stayed to help us. But we didn't kill her. She is still alive. So, you know, it's all good. Actually might hit the rogue trader as well. But yeah, nobody saw that, right? Shit. It's fine. That's what medkits are for. Right, yeah. Most of her abilities just revolve around buffing the group. I should probably be using those. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to buff Sister Argenta with the voice of command. And I think we're basically done here. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was a lot of damage. We're back to Adelard. Oh, Abelard. That's a B, not a D. He still has that melter gun. Oh, wow. I really like this gun, man. What else can he do? So he still has that chainsword. Oh no, I've drained all of his movement points by attacking first, so I can't actually get into melee range. That's a... yeah. I mean, I can taunt. Actually, I can't. Nobody's within taunt range. Oh, heroic act, superior vigilance, reduces incoming damage. Yeah, we'll do that. I hope they go for him and not Sister Argenta, because I think we're pretty much done here as well. Next, Pascal, the tech priest, again. He still has that plasma gun. There are still people in range. He also has his various different melee weapons. Plasma overcharge, ooh, 65% chance to hit. What about this guy at the back? No, I can't see him at all. Only 24% chance to hit that fella. He can throw grenades as well, although, yeah. Crack grenade you typically use against armoured enemies. Frag grenades against unarmoured enemies. No line of sight to the target. You're having a laugh. What are you talking about? What else can we do? Apparently not an awful lot, not without moving. Alright, let's move him. Let's move him to there. Right. Now can we shoot somebody? 65%. Oh, it's a hit, and it's a kill. Close enough for government work. We cannot shoot again, but he can continue to study enemies and give everybody else bonuses against the targets that he studies. So we'll go ahead and do that. Who's next? Ah, Idira again. You know what? First I'm going to move her into cover. I think that would probably be a good idea. Not just standing on the steps, dangerously close to Cassia. And now we're going to shoot somebody. 85% chance. Boom, headshot. You're dead. Now what can she do? Foreboding. Yeah. I think foreboding on our rogue trader to increase her defences. Jingles, wouldn't that have been best used on that poor god on the last couple of hit points who valiantly and courageously took one in the back from Cassia just earlier? Yeah, probably, but yeah, she's getting paid. She'll be fine. Next, Sister Argenta. We'll move her up to here, where I do have line of sight. We're going to go with single shot. Actually, yes, nice. Okay, so that's taking care of one of the flanking enemies. Now then, shot on the run. So I really want to get some shots on the gang leader there. So we'll move up to here. We have a nice clean line of fire. And we're going to pump him full of lead. Oh shit, we missed. He dodged. That's bad. Can I do anything else? Second wind.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
And War Hymn restores momentum. Momentum isn't the issue here. We're a lack of action points to fire that gun. So we're going to dash to there and get us into cover. And I think we are now done. Next, bad guys. Come on then. He's having a good think about it. Did I mention this is an alpha? There appears to be some logic issues going on here occasionally. He's having a really good Oh, no, we're in, we're in. So, fresh guards have just arrived. I think the momentum of this fight is definitely swinging in our favour. So, Cassia, we're going to shoot this fella. Well, we're not. We're going to shoot at that fella, even if we missed. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Lanny, what you do? Oh, shit. Sister Argenta is down. She's not dead. She will be back up at the end of the combat, but she's down for the rest of the combat unless I can get somebody to her with a medkit. Rogue Trader, auto gun, boom, headshot, thank you. I think... Is there anybody left other than Lanny? The bastard. No, I think... Yeah, he's it. He's the last one left up. Okay. He's in a really difficult spot. Well, difficult for us, great for him. Because the only one who can actually see him is Abelard. Well, and Sister Argenta, if she wasn't, you know, bleeding out. So...
Nothing I can't do.
Let's try to exploit as much... even though I'm completely out of movement points here, because I really should have moved and then fired.
Already done.
But let's exploit the various different dash abilities in order to move the Rogue Trader up. Right, Abelard can actually get right up next to this guy, so we'll do that. And we'll use the chainsword. Slash attack. Cannot possibly miss, surely. Good. Nice. And now he's out. Forceful strike. This is a knockback. Charge.
That's not the seneschal's job.
Ah. You'd have thought I would have been able to charge the guy standing right next to me. But because he's on a diagonal, you see, charge apparently works in straight lines. And his target, Lanny there, is around a corner, which is messing up the pathing of the charge ability, which is a real bummer, because it's going to do a lot of damage. But I can't actually use it. That's a shame. You see the dark red shaded area indicates where he can charge to, and he can't charge anywhere useful, so I'm just going to, because he's going to get attacked next turn. So we're going to activate Endure. Swapping weapons isn't going to help here. I've got no action points left. Alright. Who's next? Pascal is next. He has a plasma gun, but can't get anywhere useful in order to use it. Alright, next. Adira, who has a very long-range rifle, but again, no line of fire. Here come the guards. Round 4. Right, Cassia can't actually do anything useful from back there. Oh, nice. Lanny tried to disengage. He got hit with a reaction attack. Although he did get another shot off against Abelard. Next it's our Rogue Trader. We'll move to here. Has line of sight. So let's shoot. A lousy chance to hit, but she does hit him. And I am going to... Let's see, second wind first or then shot on the run. There we go. And now, the second wind and shot on the run, restore some action points, move up, get line of fire again, take the second shot. Ah, missed. Second wind. Gives her the action point back. Can use the dash ability again. Although, no, it's not going to give us another shot. Abelard is now up. Are we going to move to melee range? And just hit him with a chainsword? Because he is very, very good with melee weapons. And put this guy down. Done it. Good news, Sister Argenta is back up and none the worse for wear. Bad news, I'm really starting to think that this gang of Anva thugs really have something personal against me in particular. Because that's the second time in an hour they've tried to have me assassinated. Unfortunately for the innocent bystanders, they didn't succeed. So, yeah. No doubt there's a reason for this, and no doubt I'm going to find out what it is before too long. But that is it for today. I'm figuring out more of how this game works. I probably still should read the alpha guide. I swear I'll get round to it eventually. But I'm very much enjoying this. And hopefully you guys are too. Because that is it for today. As always, be pure, be vigilant, behave.